Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Hire My Network. Yes, I know it's been a long time, but that's okay because this time we're actually going to flip the script just a little bit. And it's not going to be Hire My Network. It's My Network is Hiring. And here with me today, we have from Edward Jones, Mr. Eric Fontenot. Thank you for joining us today, Eric.
Thank you for having me, Travis. I appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. So in this particular episode, we're actually going to be looking to hire somebody into a role that's going to be working exclusively or specifically with Mr. Eric. And based on that, let's talk about a little bit more about the role. What is the role called?
So the role is called, we call it BOA for short. It's actually stands for Branch Office Administrator. And although administrator isn't the role, we really value this person as a partner in our office.
Okay. So what is a little bit more about the role? So on the screen right now, we have a little bit more from the actual job description that's posted out there for people to look up themselves. What can you tell us about this particular role?
Well, this particular role, as I mentioned, we do look at it as a partner, but there is just basic, blocking and tackling administrative duties. So to start out, really, the roles making a lot of client calls and assisting clients with administration things that they need, and also assisting me in helping to manage my calendar, help reach out to clients to make appointments, get with vendors and kind of help manage me a little bit, just because, I'm a manager. I need somebody to help keep me accountable as we work to grow the office, continue to provide, upstanding client service and take care of clients' financial needs.
Okay, very nice. So what you're looking for is not an assistant. It's really more of a partner.
It is. This person is just as client facing as I am. Of course, being in the finance industry, there are certain things that only, the advisor could do. This role is not expected to do any type of selling, but it's heavily on customer service. This is a kind of high paced environment in that, we have things planned and things come up, but also client needs that maybe we were unaware of will come up. So you got to be able to kind of multitask and think on your feet. But it is a nice fast-paced role.
Okay.
And in addition to, kind of the administrative stuff, talking about the client experience, looking for somebody to help me. How do we bring other things, maybe recognition or events to appreciate clients, reaching out to them, and also from a process improvement standpoint, helping to make the office as efficient as possible, so that we can concentrate on client needs and service our group of clients to the best of our ability.
Very nice, very nice. So while we're talking about the role a little bit, let's look at a little bit more what they have to say about this role within the overall organization. This is how they say, can you actually see yourself in this role? And I think you talked a lot about what the person's going to do, but this would be a great time for them to kind of reflect. Can they see themselves doing this? Because I know when I get asked the question, are you able to do this? I can say, yes, absolutely, I can do that. But do I ever take the time to pause and actually picture myself doing it and saying, is this really what I want to be doing, or is this a good fit for me? So I think this would be a great time for that. So especially I'm picking up on this third bullet point right here where it says actively listen for situations in the client's lives that may indicate a need, right? So this is talking about not only providing business development for their firm, but it's also talking about paying attention, engaging with clients, and really having that customer focus that you were talking about. Can you tell us a little bit more about what some of these might be looking at?
Yeah, you picked up on a great bullet, Travis. I mean, as advisors are kind of, client servicing, of course, we're trying to deliver that exceptional service and take care of clients. But active listening is really where it all starts. A client calls and finances can be, very emotional. Goals that they're trying to reach can be sometimes very emotional. It's really actively listening and trying to find out, oh, the clients have a new baby, or they, selling a house that, and maybe need some assistance with kind of planning those cash flows or timing of those loan purchases, actively listening and really getting to know the clients, so that we can be proactive and we can help them with upcoming financial needs, or sometimes even emotional needs. Maybe a client calls and, we're kind of in a tough market environment right now, and maybe a client is calling a little nervous, not really freaking out, but looking for some reassurance, and really actively listening, being able to hear those tones in their voice, providing them some type of comfort and letting them know that, hey, we're going to schedule some time, or myself, I'm available right now to take a call and really start addressing those needs, or kind of listen to their concerns and provide insights.
So what I hear you saying is a lot of the type of work that I do. So a lot of my clients and the people I work with, they know that I approach things from a consultative perspective. I don't approach things from a sales perspective. And so that means that their needs are always put first. And so you can be able to help instead of sell. And I think that's a really important thing. And I know I always pick up that vibe from you, and which is why you're one of my valued partners in our business. But also, what you were just saying, my own family is going through a similar situation. I had a grandparent pass away. She's the last of that particular couple. And so that estate was living on its own, as well as my father's estate. And he was trying to figure out, what does it look like to either combine these, leave them separate, put one into the other, or vice versa? Which one is actually performing better? Or which one am I more comfortable with? Who's got my best interests at mind? And that's what I hear a lot of whenever you're talking about what this particular partnership might look like.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. I mean, my office's purpose, which I want this new BOA to come in and help out to kind of have the same vision, is our purpose is to positively impact the lives and financial goals of our clients. One way of doing that is of course, investment performance and good planning. But so much of that comes back to knowing that we're really, active listening again, really care about, finding them the best solution, not the solution that's going to make the office the most, kind of business inflows, more about what is the best option for the client. There's never any silver bullet. So looking at those pros and cons, explaining those, the differences between the two, giving some advice and letting the client, give them the tools to make the decision that best fits their needs. And that really never goes away. We're always doing that on a day-to-day basis. So
in other words, it's not about the Benjamins, it's about doing what's best for the client.
Correct. Exactly. I mean, we're all in the business to make money, but you're not going to make money if you're not taking care of your constituents.
Exactly. Speaking of taking care of the constituents, this part right here from that job description really talks about what they can expect as an employee. Why don't you cover a couple of these items?
Yeah, so I think the biggest one on here, I'm big on it. It really drives me personally, and I think as humans, is continuous improvement. I think we're always needing to have that continuous improvement, that mindset, being able to see new challenges and be uncomfortable a little bit and learn and grow, both from a personal standpoint and professional development. That's in our office. That's in Edward Jones's culture. Our focus as a company has been to try and provide more and more opportunities for this BOA position so that they feel more engaged. There used to be things that only the FA can do, and now they're actually, separating some of those where the BOA can get involved in those, and they're continuing to look at opportunities to develop and grow branch office administrators. So I'm really excited about that. We do have an inclusive environment. It's one of the things that I think, separates us and makes us one of the top firms to work for. That development, that inclusivity, I think really just marries up all as one. And again, recognizing those awards. When folks do well, the firm, contributes to that and recognizes that through, various forms, whether that be compensation or accolades or awards. As our office gets better, and bigger, there's more of a pie to share. So that's something that down the road that a BOA can join into the success of the branch.
Okay. Well, right here we have read more about our total compensation approach. That's underlined. Well, it's underlined because that's actually a link in the actual job description that you're going to have a QR code. Our audience is going to have a QR code to scan that, go directly to it in just a moment. Before we get there, I want to spell out one thing, who you'll work with, and Eric mentioned FA. FA actually stands for financial advisor, and here's the bright shining face that you will get to see on a daily basis. So why don't you give us just a brief introduction about yourself, Eric?
Yeah, so again, Eric Fontenot, I'm originally from Louisiana, been in Texas, actually in Houston for about 20 years, married to my wife, Gina. We have two young boys, Brooks and Case. They're 5 and 7, so we're pretty active. I come from a financial background. Worked in the finance and accounting industry for a number of years. Still hold my CPA license, and really, just looking to provide exceptional, client service, customer service. I really care about the successes of my client. I care about the people that work with me in the office and their success, and just really excited to bring somebody on board, and just start, continue to grow our practice and the services that we provide to our clients.
Very nice. Well, thank you for that. And this, just kind of tell us just briefly, is this going to be a virtual or in-person role?
Yeah, so this is an in-person role. Of course, things come up sometimes where we do have the ability to be virtual, but the expectation that this is a in-person role at 602 Sawyer Street. That's right outside of downtown, kind of the corner of Washington and Taylor. Hours are expected about 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. So it's hourly work, but the expectation is that the full 40 hours, every week. But things do come up, so we realize that we got to be flexible in today's environment. And as long as we're kind of working as a team and serving our clients, then we can work something out. But it is an in-person role, and 40 hours a week.
All right. And so if somebody's looking at this map right now, wondering, okay, where have I seen this before? Right about right there is where you see the Ferris wheel for the downtown aquarium. And you start looking down at Buffalo Bayou and the Buffalo Bayou Park there. And this Buffalo Bayou cistern right here, and right across the street from it, that's where my son loves to go, because guess what? He loves to skateboard. And so there's a nice in-ground subterranean skate park right there. Great multicultural area of Houston. So really, really cool area. So I understand we're trying to keep this brief because we're trying to get as much information as we can across. So let's just say, if this sounds like the perfect role, what is a little bit more about personality characteristics and things like that you think is going to work very, very well with your team?
So personality characteristics, one, I think customer service related, active listener, I think we mentioned, I think are two important roles, are two important characteristics. Continuous improvement, wanting to do better, wanting to learn, that taking an active approach into personal self-development, I think is another characteristic that would, help somebody succeed in this role. And just the ability to multitask. I know that sounds like a contrite thing that's in every job description, but sometimes we have a bunch of things on our list, and a client need or maybe some other need kind of takes priority. The ability to kind of think on their own, kind of time block and manage their schedule, and also somebody that can help hold me accountable and come up with ideas as well. I think are some other characteristics that would help round this out.
So if this sounds like the perfect role for you, don't wait. You can scan this code, go directly to the link, but we'll definitely have the link in the comments below, as well as any posts that we have this on. And just want to say, Eric, thank you very much for being with us today. I hope this really helps to amplify the opportunities that some of the people have towards getting you the best fit for this particular role. And if any of you are wondering, no, he's not paying for this service, but we did feel like it was going to be a good idea because you know what? There might be a video portion for your actual, if you want to apply for the role. So we figured there might as well be a video portion for the person hiring for the role too. Let's get it from both sides so you can have that inclusivity and know that he's never going to ask something of you that he's not willing to do himself. So Eric, with that, I say thank you very much for today. And
Thank you, Travis.
oh, my pleasure. And we're going to have some links down here in the comments. And if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me directly or to Eric as well. And in the meantime, I hope that this speaks to you, or if you know somebody specific for this role that's going to be perfect, share, forward, and help make their lives even better as well. Until next time, this is Travis, this time with Eric Fontenot, and we're saying, hire my network.
Thank you, Travis.